So we have our full fodder set up. We're going to kind of walk you through what we do each morning. About 8 o'clock we get up. We will dump, we have a bucket full of seeds right here soaking. So we'll start a new bucket, and then this seed bucket will go in our empty container here. It's got holes drilled in it to drain the water out, and that'll take up about a 1/2 inch. You want it to be about a 1/2 inch. So we kind of drain it out, mix it, and lay it across the top. We put 1.5 quarts of whole wheat, which is that right there. So we put 1.5 quarts of this. I use the wide mouth jars because they're a lot easier. And then we do another 1/2 quart of black sunflower seeds because we have rabbits. So for their coats and stuff, that's recommended. So 2 of these yields about a 1/2 inch in here, and will make us about 6 to 8, actually probably closer to 8 pounds of fodder when it's completely done. And each morning we'll dump that out, we'll start a new bucket, let it soak overnight, and then we move the trays each day, and we water them in the morning about 8 o'clock, in the afternoon after lunch, and then again a little bit after dinner before we go to bed. And the holes that you saw drilled actually drain and run water down through the whole system, so it's gravity fed. We have a light source, so we have a nice fluorescent light in here. And luckily, we're lucky we have a nice big, it's basically our shower stall, so we don't have to worry about dumping buckets underneath or anything like that. We also have a heater in here to keep it about 68 to 72, because right now it's in the summertime, in the wintertime. In the summertime, it stays pretty cool in here. It's about 70 degrees most of the time. And we keep the fan on to keep mold from growing and things like that, air circulation to help with that. So that's our full setup. The last day we'll take it out, cut it up, feed it to the rabbits, move the tray over and dump the whole new thing and start the process all over again. I'm going to show you real quick how we water them in the gravity feed system. The holes alternate so that the water runs down and hits the next pan. So I'm just going to give them a light watering real quick. We water the top tray, and it's starting to filter down, and it'll run through here, and then that one will catch down into the next tray. Yep, there you go. It takes it a second to kind of drain, but then they'll filter in. There we go. Now we got that water coming, and then it'll hit the bottom trays too.
So this is our day 8 mat. And we'll just take it out of here. And we've got an infant scale.
Which works great for weighing the rabbits and stuff like that.
So we're at 16 pounds.
Which is about 10 more pounds than what we need of food. So we'll probably cut it in half and give some of them today, and we'll let it sit out for a little bit and give it again to them this afternoon. They'll get extra treats because it's Christmas, so they'll be okay. But it's so thick that you'll have to cut it with a knife. I couldn't get it open. Pause. So he's going to cut some strips. This is kind of our first one, so we're going to have to kind of measure them and weigh them. And once you get going with this, a lot of people go, oh yeah, we know that that's how much that weighs and that's what that weighs. So a pound. So that's about twice as much as we would normally give our big rabbit. He's supposed to get about 0.6 pounds. So, but he'll get an extra treat for Christmas. We'll see how they do with it and let him nibble at it all day. So the chickens like it. They're kind of pecking away. We gave them some this morning, our first tray that we tried out. They're munching on it.
This is their first time with the fodder, so I think they got to figure it out. And then we still have this much left over, so that was because I went wrong with the seed depth, like she said. My bad.